Asia Cup, and it's Kazakhstan, New Zealand tipping it off here in the opening game of the tournament. Well, there they are, Kazakhstan, one of the 16 teams that have made it this far. And how about these guys, the new boys, the new kids on the block? But everybody knows about the New Zealand Tall Blacks. And Coach Paul Henare, this is a team that obviously has made a lot of headlines in international basketball over the years. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined once again by the erstwhile Mick Bett. And we've switched India for Lebanon, Mick, and it's all exciting here. Lebanon, you know, this is without question the #1 sport in Lebanon. They've got high hopes for their team. But starting things off is Kazakhstan and this New Zealand team, which is very, very young.
Well, thank you, Jeff, and good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Beirut, Lebanon. Yeah, it's going to be an exciting week or so here in the FIBA Asia Cup. The men's division, 16 teams going at it. This is the first game. A lot of nerves today, Jeff. I can't see anybody coming into this the size of a tournament now that Asia Cup's become without feeling a little tingling of the nerves coming in. So expect a nervy start. I expect New Zealand perhaps to triumph over what would say an aging Kazakhstan team. Some of these members were in the Asia Cup 10 years ago in Japan, in Tokushima, in that championship. But now they're coming of age in terms of the other end of their the twilight of their career. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond in this game.
Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, folks. Welcome to Beirut, Lebanon. It's the FIBA Asia Cup 2017. It's a new look FIBA Asia Cup, and this is one of the reasons why the New Zealand Tall Blacks. Talk about a national team that you better be ready to play against these guys. If you underestimate them, you do so at your own risk. They have pulled off some major wins over the years. This is a very young team. It's a big ask for them to come out here and get some positive results in their first Asia Cup. But it's going to be exciting to watch Paul Henare's team come out. Obviously, they're trying to deepen the talent pool, the reserves, so to speak, to get ready for the World Cup qualifiers that tip off in November. Henare, who obviously played on that famous New Zealand team that made it to the semifinals of the 2002 FIBA Basketball World Cup back in Indianapolis. He's excited about this challenge, and this Kazakhstan team, as you referred to, kind of an aging team. Well, don't take anything for granted if you're New Zealand. I mean, this is a team, obviously, that comes here with ambition, and they've got a point to prove. They don't want to be the first scalp of one of the new guys from Oceania.
Number 11.
Now, it's a good point, Jeff. You look at the rankings for Kazakhstan the last couple of years. 8th place 2 years ago, and then
number 15,
11th place 2 years ago, sorry, and then 8th place 4 years ago. So they've not done particularly well this tournament. They've only won 2 games. From 5 games over the last two championships, 4 years. So it'll be interesting to see, and I keep saying it, how this team will do as an aging team now.
Well, we're going to pause for the playing of the national anthems for both of these teams, New Zealand and Kazakhstan.
Please stand up for the national anthem. First, the anthem of New Zealand. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Kazakhstan.
Okay, so the national anthems have been played for both teams, New Zealand and Kazakhstan, and they will introduce themselves here before the game. Seems like this game is certainly going to be played in a good spirit, as we always expect. We'll also get a chance to see the haka, the famous war dance. And that is what we're getting ready for. Here it is from New Zealand. That is it, and as you can see from the looks of the Kazakhstan players, it's almost as if it's something they've
The
never seen
referees
before.
for the game are
It's pretty amazing to me and the rest of the world, I would say. The referees, my Wang, Mahadruza, Salahian,
and the commissioner is
Cicilline.
Hong
Well, that's a
Dao
long
from
name at the end
China.
there, isn't it, from India? We'll just call it Cicilline from India. And what do you think, Nick? It's
Of the long
2.5
name?
minutes away. New Zealand's roster, Paul Hinari, Shea Ili, he's going to be important, as is Sam Timmins. If you're watching in America, you know all about Sam Timmins.
Two players there from the Olympic qualifying tournament last summer in Rakawa and Shea Ili. If you get to watch Shea Ili play, he's extremely quick, Jeff, and I think he will light up this tournament. There's no doubt about it. He is one electrifying player.
Well, it's going to be Tarangi, Delaney, Naktai, Timmins, and Shea Ili, sure enough, in that starting five. And a lot of the New Zealand players have been taken from a selection that actually traveled in China. They went on tour, and again, you know, they're players that put their hands up. I think they wanted to play this summer, but New Zealand felt like it was best to really go out and unearth some new talents. From Kazakhstan standpoint, who stands out for you there?
Well, Anton Ponomarev, the legend, who was 19 years of age when I first saw him play 10 years ago in 2007's championship. Yevgeniev is returning for another shot at the FIBA Asia Championships, as is Yageliev as well. So there's a few players there that have been around the block. A few new names, Jeff, but not many with much experience. You see the lineup there. Ponomarev will start. Yageliev, Yevgeniev. As we battle with these surnames, he will have a good go. Savchenko and Yagodnik will start for Kazakhstan. Played 4 years ago in Manila, a very feisty unit, this Kazakhstan team. They won't lie down to anybody, but they're playing one of the toughest teams in terms of mental resilience that you can find around the world in New Zealand. And it will be a fair old battle, I think.
So New Zealand and Australia joining the Asia Cup party under the new system of competition. And you know, we've already seen what it's done in the women's tournament. We're in Bengaluru and watched Australia make it to the final where they fell to Japan. And New Zealand had some good minutes there as well. So you just have to say overall the competition level has just gone up a little bit here in Asia. Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome here to Beirut, Lebanon. We're watching the opening minutes of this FIBA Asia Cup, and it's the game between the Tall Blacks, you know what color jerseys they're wearing, and Kazakhstan. And Finn Delaney, a nice movement from the Tall Blacks here early on, and they get to the line.
Yeah, they got the good penetration there from Delaney. I'm not sure what the defense is doing. It's 15 that's got the foul. Zigulin's got his hands up to make sure the referee knows that he didn't really reach too much. He still got his hands up. But interest now, the Tall Blacks were quite happy to move the ball around, Jeff. Couple of reversals, then the penetration from Delaney with a bit of speed.
That's what it's all, you know, it's all about in basketball, isn't it, Mick? I mean, you got to move the ball. You got to make the defense work, put them under pressure. Probably, you know, the key to this New Zealand team over the years has been their ability to pass that ball and move offensively.
2-2-1 press here from the Tall Blacks, and that instantaneously caused problems.
Quick turnover. Illy has it. And the drive. And the basket for New Zealand. So Naktai gets his first bucket.
I'm not sure Naktai got it. Timmins just managed to tip it in as well, little thing. I'm sure Naktai will get the points.
So quick start here for the Tall Blacks. Tough move inside. Not going to get anywhere with that. Timmins already showing his presence. Look at Delaney handle the ball well. Hands it off. And three-pointer off the back of the rim. And it's early.
Well, Zigulin 15, you can tell him he looks like he's a little out of breath already. He's a real big unit in there. He's going to get a few fouls as we go through this tournament.
He's already got one, hasn't he? A little bit of confusion looked like in that New Zealand defense. Now the weak side rebound and the putback. And there they go. Yargaliev gets their first couple of points. See if that settles them down. And that time Illy blocked by the backboard. Got a little bit too far underneath.
Yeah, but you could straight away see the speed of Shea Illy. He's a speed merchant.
Now the three-point attempt. And what do we have here?
Foul on the shooter, I think, Panamara. There should be 3 shots. No, it'll be
I think it was an off-the-ball foul.
It was, you're right.
On Timmins.
Panamara was hoping it was it. The foul was on him with a 3-point shot.
Kazakhstan working around. Zigulin gets inside. And another foul. This time.
Well, Zengainli as Zigulin looks. Alexander Zigulin, number 15 for Kazakhstan. There's the foul against New Zealand. It's against Terangi, 0. As Zengainli as he looks, he's going to be very effective in this game because he is a big, big unit in there. What a body mass on him.
Well, they whip it into the corner, and the three-pointer's an air ball. Timmins has it up high. Gets it over to Terangi. Ruben Terangi. This baseline, whips it back out to the perimeter. A little shaking and baking. Outside, Finn Delaney saw a touch, but off the rim.
Good look for Delaney, wide open. The penetration from Illy found the open man.
New Zealand and Kazakhstan here in the opening game of the FIBA Asia Cup, and the miss. So New Zealand perhaps riding their luck a little bit right now. That miss was from Yargaliev.
Yeah, Kazakhstan seem to have settled down a little right now.
Illy from the line, just a step behind the line. And the drive and the foul and the three-point play opportunity here for Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Norrie's not going to be happy with the defense there as Yargaliev just a little 1-2 step into the lane and finds an easy layup.
So Yargaliev is kind of taking it to the Tall Blacks right now. doing all the business, scoring all the points. Savchenko has come out, number 10. Also now coming in for New Zealand is number 13, James Hunter. He's a very big man, 26 years of age. Comes in at 6 feet 10 inches. That's 2.08 meters. And Yarguliev completes the three-point play. So Kazakhstan showing signs of life here. And now the difficult pass inside to Hunter. And he's saved it in bounds, but over to Kazakhstan.
The All Blacks all of a sudden just looking a little disorganized, Jeff.
And now the turnover into the hands of the Tall Blacks. Here they are. They're off and running. And Tarangi floats in, but misses the short one. Yarguliev dribbles behind his back.
A few of these Kazakh players, Jeff, have experience of the VTB League, which is a big professional league in Europe.
It's, yes, the main Russian teams domestically. The turnover. It's back. Now Tarangi again. Gets it over to Delaney. Decides to put it on the deck. And Illy is blocked from behind.
Yeah, a little too complacent, a little too slow with that, getting that shot away. Never knew the defender was right behind him. You'd say the first few minutes would go to Kazakhstan. They look the more of the two composed teams here.
And pass into Zagulin, but he isn't able to control it. Illy. And his pass intercepted.
Yeah, the referees need to call timeout here, I think. He's playing on. It's a strange game right now.
And now the jump shot and the miss. And back over to Kazakhstan. It's a little bit of a cold spell, really, for New Zealand. And Kazakhstan with an opportunity to take the lead. Another miss.
Yeah, good play from Illy here, just to slow things down, run through an offense. Going to go for this handoff offense again.
Long jump shot, good. Brings a little bit of rain with that one.
Illy made a little 15-footer early on, and that three-pointer will definitely settle him down. He's got 5 for the game so far. Yeah, 2 and the 3.
You know, it's interesting. Pavel Ilin, the shooting guard, is on the roster as number 4, but he's wearing number 9.
Oh, I'll tell you, I've just rearranged my numbers too.
Good defense from James Hunter. Forces the turnover from the big fella, Alexander Zagulin.
It did surprise me when number 9 walked on the floor. We didn't have a 9 in our score sheets.
Necktie, baseline, gets it back to Delaney. And again, the penetration, but Tarangi flicks it up there.
Yeah, Tarangi's got to be a little more focused with that shot there. You can't just flip it up and hope for the best, which is what it looked like from here. 3 subs in for the Kiwis, for the All Blacks, Jeff.
Well, they're going to bring him in. And will coming in for New Zealand, number 8. Give you those names in just a second here. Raukawa. He's just 23 years of age. Also coming in, in fact, they've got also a mistake. Is that Ruthbatch? Because we don't have him down as number 25 on our roster as well. So yeah, Ethan Ruthbatch has come in. There's James Hunter getting into the basket. A little bit of chaos. I understand some of the rosters yet to be perhaps late confirmations before this tournament. You can see Hanari trying to set his defense, and now coming. They're going to say the foul, in fact, was on number 25, Ethan Ruthbatch from New Zealand. thought he had position, but the Kazakhstan player agreed with the referee, said that was a good call. Nevertheless, New Zealand with an 11-5 lead. And now a little drift, and the shot is good from Mirzagaliev. That's his first, and the first time that somebody other than Yargaliev scored a basket here for the Kazakhs. Kawa gets around up top, gets in. Oh, just finds his way in. And then had the relatively easy shot, but missed it. Must be worrying for Kazakhstan as well. They're giving up some easy looks. And now the three-pointer is good for Kazakhstan. And that was
Zhigulin.
Zhigulin, okay.
Because Zhigulin, the 15, was not Zhigulin we were saying earlier on. So anyway, c'est la vie. So 15 is yes, Yevgeniev. So Zhigulin wears 17. We had him down for 15. I'm glad somebody knows what they're doing down there.
Ball turns back over. Just a 1-point lead now again for New Zealand.
In terms of plagued New Zealand in this game, that's for sure, and hopefully it won't come back to haunt them come the end of this one.
Well, they've played Kazakhstan even more, as you can see from that graphic. 5 turnovers for Kazakhstan. And now the penetration, the bounce pass, and they're going to call a foul.
That's a good look. It's Yargaliev, just a little penetration against the zone, and Zhigulin, a little man, big man on 17. We get 2 free throws here. Look, there's the penetration there from Yargaliev. Great camera angle. Little bounce pass down. And can we see a foul in there? No. Possibly. Foul against Tuikura Smith.
So he has made the first. Yeah, the rosters, you got to believe me, they're all over the place. So we're just trying to juggle things here as best we can now. New Zealand looking to go back in front. Not punished fully on that last foul. Here's the penetration, and Kawa gets in, follows up his miss. Going to pass it back outside. The pass goes out of bounds, and so a turnover for Smith.
Yeah, poor pass from Smith-Milne. I thought it was a deflection by the way it went so wide of his intended.
So did I. Smith-Milner, yeah. Excuse me. King Halia as well, waiting for him to make his first appearance. Delaney's going to check back in. And Zhigulin misses now. Chance to run for the Tall Blacks. And Rustbatch is going to hold it up. And gets back inside to James Hunter, who kind of drifts in but misses the shot.
Yeah, I don't think he's even looking at the hoop when he went to make that move. Just barreled his body in, tossed it up. Just need to settle down both these two teams. Yeah, that mistake there. The back door was wide open, but Zhigulin didn't read the defense well enough.
Thought he was going to come back outside. So really the biggest enemy for Kazakhstan at this point is themselves.
Yeah, I agree. There's no doubt about it. And I don't think either team's really settled in that well. No team has really taken full advantage of the other's mistakes and errors.
Now shot from the corner and the miss, but the nice follow-up from Finn Delaney.
Yeah, remember, Jeff, we started the quarter with Delaney going hard to the hoop, and he gives you that little bit of extra in terms of athleticism for this Tall Black team.
He's got some hops.
Yeah, 2-to-1 press again for the Tall Blacks.
Kazakhstan. Mirzagaliev dribbles up high. Shot clock down to 10. He's going to put it up, and he's going to miss it. And again, a chance for New Zealand, but Italy is going to hold it.
There might be a shot down the other end for Kazakhstan if they get a quick rebound and run.
bumped. Not a good foul if you are Kazakhstan.
Interesting play there, Jeff. You see a lot of that with the Philippines national team. Little guard handoff and penetration and crossover. But New Zealand, Paul Lanari's seen enough basketball around the world to say that might work with my team too. They actually run a version of that full court. Last second shot at the end of a quarter sometimes. Here we go again.
So that foul is going to allow New Zealand to hold on to it probably for the last shot. They're going to commit another foul.
A smart move from Kazakhstan. They're not in foul trouble yet. That's the third team foul of Kazakhstan.
Yes, it is indeed. So Marcal is going to inbound it to Delaney. Got another foul again if they want. And they don't stop Illy. Instead, they foul him once he's inside.
Yeah, and you had your chance at the foul line. You mentioned it, Jeff. You got one foul to give, and as soon as he blew past the first defender, that was the time to foul him. Not when he's in his motion to shoot because he gets two shots. There's the foul that should have happened. Oh, the Matador defense. I love it.
So Illy goes to the line, and I wouldn't say that New Zealand have played great, but again, you get back to Kazakhstan just making some mistakes, and it's really hurting them at this stage, and New Zealand are taking advantage. Tai's going to come back into the game. And Westbrook goes out. They're going to throw over the press, and they're going to get an easy one. Can you believe it? And then they missed it. Well, they need to get back over and re-examine that defensive alignment.
Somebody be asking some questions. That was very special. Shigula missed a little 58-foot bank shot.
So 15-11, New Zealand on top after one.
Джексон. Давай, уже брат.
Okay, so see New Zealand shooting the rock a little bit better and getting to the free throw line, and that's the difference.
I think the big stat for us, Jeff, will be the turnovers because the numbers there aren't great. 37%, 33% from inside the arc. Free throws for New Zealand are 100%, 4 of 4. Let's have a look at the turnover numbers.
Well, Mick, you said let's take a look at the turnover numbers, and as we see the highlights of the first quarter of basketball played at the FIBA Asia Cup, 6 turnovers for Kazakhstan, 4 for New Zealand. And once we get our stats, it'll be interesting to see how many they've gotten points off turnovers.
Yeah, I wouldn't think it'd be that many, to be honest with you, because it's not been a real run and gun game in terms of fast break.
And you can see that they're going to depend on this young man a lot, Shea Illy.
Yeah, he's had a good first quarter. I said I was impressed with him in the OQTs last summer in the Philippines. Played really, really well. And he came off the bench too. He was backing up the 2 Webster boys.
That would be Ty and Korea. Siwe. Both those guys were amazing. They had really good FIBA Basketball World Cups in 2014, but 2 of the veterans, if you will. Maybe not Ty, but not here now. Oh, the turnover, another one, and the old slammeroo is going to be thrown down by Smith Milner.
Yeah, he'll be pretty pleased with a little layup like that. Just handed to him on a plate, really.
And yet another turnover. Yestiginyev turns it over. He's having a nightmare, isn't he?
Yeah. And he sat down the first period for because of his inconsistency. I mean, he's going to be in there. He'll get settled in. He's a big banger inside. He'll use his body a lot.
He's got 4 turnovers right now. And a couple of turnovers here to start the second quarter for Kazakhstan. Necktie, the lefty, and rattles out and follows the shot, as you do. Now, Shea Illy over to Delaney. He gets in, and his pass just out of reach there.
Yeah, Delaney wanted Necktie to make the cut either to the corner or to the hoop, and half of me says Delaney should have shot the ball. You know, you're going up, you've got fairly good position to the middle.
And that might have just been what Hanari told him. He got into the lane. But, you know, you want to pass it out for that 3 as well.
Ooh, nasty screen.
And, well, our man doesn't turn it over that time and brings a little bit of physicality to the game.
Yeah, it was his screen, wasn't it? It was. Yes, no prisoners there.
Yeah, Stikniev. Now turnover for the Tall Blacks. You can look over there on that New Zealand bench and you see Nenad Vujanic, the former head coach, is kind of helping out. And the foul called on New Zealand will allow once again Kazakhstan to go to the line for potential 3-point play. Here it is again.
Jiguli now has 6 points, Jeff. This is Smith-Milner. It is indeed just a little touch on the arm the referee sees, and he's ceding ground. That's what he's telling the referee. I'm going backwards, but maybe a little touch on the wrist was all it needed.
Once again, Jiguli doesn't make his free throw. We have 2 of 3 at the line. Raukawa, oh, shifty move from Raukawa. And it passes over to Necktie, and the lefty misses again, but gets that ball back. And foul called on Kazakhstan, and they look a little guilty of standing around. I mean, it's almost too easy for New Zealand.
Yeah. I think that's the modus operandi this Kazakhstan team. You go back to that first offense, it was too easy getting to the lane, but they'll stand around and they'll make you miss shots, and that's how Kazakhstan might end up winning a couple of games here, because teams will just not be able to make shots. Here's the zone again. They've had a couple of good open looks, New Zealand.
Necktie this time goes, and Necktie and Delaney aren't actually on the same page.
Right. Here's the issue, right? Jordan Necktie misses 2 shots from the corner, gets his 3rd opportunity. What does he want to do? Dribble and pass, and turns it over. If you're a shooter, shoot the ball. You're playing against the zone. You're going to get good shots. You've got to have confidence in yourself. Otherwise, coach is going to find somebody who will shoot the ball.
Bounce pass, and
wow, so look at the hustle there.
Turnover, and now up ahead, and holy cow, look at that dunk! And
Necktie says I can't shoot the 3. I'll make up for it with a slam.
So Necktie shows us he's got some hots. And yet another turnover. And again, Iliv. So Pavel Ilin turns it over, and Kazakhstan now with 10 turnovers.
In 13 minutes, that takes some doing.
So now you back in, send Timmins back in.
They got to work out this zone here, the Tall Blacks.
Illy for 3. We had an open look, and
I think he's not done much here, you know. Jigulin's got the rebound. He's come down with it. He's asking, what did I do wrong?
looked like he just kind of
got in the way of the ball going down.
Maybe got him with a little bit of body pulling into him. Ty, after that dunk, is going to come out. Coach is going to say, nice play.
Jeff, another 2-2-1 press here. Remember at the end of the first quarter, they got a nice easy look at a 8-foot jump shot with 2 quick passes. It's very, you know, sort of, what would you say? It's nothing much to that press at all. No real intent.
Just to make them take some time. But look at this again. And Hillen turns it over. Oh, and they would have counted that if he'd made it.
Yeah, they get 2 shots. That's the interesting thing. Another turnover against Kazakhstan. Jeff, you think there's no way they can win this game if they get into the 25-30 turnovers for the game.
Ponomarev says, why are you giving him the 2 shots? But I think ref says he's already in his motion.
Chirangi there. It was a real continuation call, that's for sure.
So 19-13, and looking at this New Zealand team, I mean, you know, you look over there on the bench and you see the likes of Pedro Cameron, you see Hanari, the coach, remember Phil Jones, all those great players for New Zealand over the years, and you wonder, you know, are these guys going to develop and blossom into a tremendous generation like those guys?
Yeah, exactly right. And obviously this is not the strongest All Black team they could bring, but it's all, these guys all playing for the shirt, that's for sure.
Kazakhstan, you know, at this stage, not giving them probably one of the tests, the bigger tests is still to come, without question. On the miss. You know, Lebanon in this tournament as the host, they have got high hopes of going all the way. As you do, as the hosts. And now the turnover. Delaney's pass inside couldn't be collected, or wasn't collected by Ili. Ili. And the penetration, and once again another turnover goes out. What do you bank this down to? Because I mean, I would have thought that Kazakhstan had a lot more familiarity with themselves than this New Zealand team.
To be honest with you, Jeff, I just put it down to first game nerves. I think there's an element to the Kazakhstan team. They're a bit wild. They're a bit not as disciplined as perhaps they need to be. So they may well be in that sort of higher turnovers throughout this tournament. New Zealand, I'm not so sure. They need to be take care of the ball a little better, I think.
Delaney and the post up his man. Now he's going to pass it out. Rusbach. And almost a tap in for Timmins.
You know, they're going to have a big advantage if Timmins can stay in the game, because I like the look of him. Going back for his second year at Washington next year, Jeff, I think, hasn't he? Played, he started like 18 games with him this year as well. He's obviously well thought of. Substitution. I think Ili came out there. Great defensive play from Shea Ili. They're wiping off the ball, Jeff. That might be an issue too, that they've got a new ball out the box maybe, and just moving a little too slick for the players. Timmins, great rebound, just a strange shot he came up with, no poise at all.
Yeah, just
just nothing going there.
He was in the 3x3 team, wasn't he? The New Zealand under-18 that won it, the world title. And now the pass goes out, and a three-pointer is good. So Ponomarev is knocking down the three-pointer.
First look for him for the night that's been open to the veteran Ponomarev. This is Savchenko picks up the foul. This is as poor a defense as you'll find. You know, if you're playing defense on a point guard, you can put pressure, but you've got to be very wary. There's the outlook from Ponomarev here, wide open for the number 11 from Kazakhstan. Go back to that point guard defense. You've got to be very wary that the offense might just turn the burners on, so you can't get caught out.
And another holding foul.
Savchenko again. Yep. Back-to-back fouls for him. He might be eyeing up a trip to the end of that bench if the coach finds out. One of his assistants tells the coach he's got 2. If Raquel gets into some great positions to score, just not very.
Here he is. Once again, very easy, and just follows up his own miss and banks it in. Very active.
I was about to say not very confident about shooting, but he was right on cue there.
So New Zealand take it back up to 6. See the shooting percentages for both teams. And now the quick hands, and again, Raquel wanted to pass it up.
Or even worse,
of court.
Well, turnover for Kazakhstan, foul from Kazakhstan, therefore 2 shots for New Zealand. You couldn't get any worse, could you?
No, it's not good right now for Kazakhstan, especially from a turnover standpoint. I mean, they are just having a nightmare. 14 turnovers, and we've still got 3 minutes to go.
And Jeff, you think
first half?
They got to be lucky they're only 6 down.
Yeah, they are. I mean, we were thinking that really that's what was helping New Zealand the most, but it's definitely Kazakhstan's biggest issue right now. So you can see why Hanari wanted to get this guy some minutes here at the Asia Cup. He's an interesting player, Rakawa.
Yeah. A little bit of press coming here. Right? This will be a trapping press. They'll go back to their 2-2-1, so they'll just soft press here. They'll retreat quickly. I don't think they'll double team on the inbound.
So 3-minute mark. Well, almost Delaney was trying to get it, and finally good strong low post move from Yevstiknev. And he's got his first basket of the game, and it's just a 4-point. Is it a 4-point lead? No, 6-point lead.
Pretty much textbook move, really, wasn't it, in the end?
Shaylee. And another attempt. This time off from Smith-Milner.
You know, it was a good look for him too, Jeff. You can't argue the fact he's taken it. The execution was a bit woeful, but again, it might go back to that slick ball.
You basketball players always like to make excuses, don't you? Ponomarev, bounce pass.
He used to take it.
Come on, you make the team. You got to own up to your air balls or your bad shots.
No problem. Yeah. Coach, the ball's a bit slick.
Look at that, Smith-Milner coming out. He's like, coach, the ball's slick. So he's standing over. Let's see. So actually, he's going to stay in the game.
Coach, you try shooting.
But he has to get over and inbound it from the other side of the court. What's going on here?
He's on the wrong side.
Yeah, here he comes.
Come on, buddy, wake up. Shake that air ball
Now
up.
watch this. Look at this turnover. And now back to live action. I won't ask you to dissect that.
Another turnover. They just went to the end of the shot clock, didn't they? Just no idea.
And the shot is good.
Yeah, well, there's Rakauer again. There's the double team. You see, they go 1-2-2 on this. So they'll double team the inbound. No, got that wrong.
So now the biggest lead of the game for New Zealand.
I like the pressure from New Zealand, though. It's just increased as the game has worn on.
Oh, nice reach, but he gets it back, but the rejection.
I feel like Panamara wouldn't go up with that.
And drive, and good response from Savchenko.
They're just hanging around, aren't they, Kazakhstan? You feel that New Zealand's not going to take much for them just to blow this game apart.
Oh, beautiful pass, and the drive inside. And the defense a little lacking there is Tarangi.
Yeah, nice little cut from Tarangi, wasn't it?
First basket.
This game is very close to being New Zealand's.
Good read from New Zealand. Again, curious pass. And you're right. You feel like the dam is about to burst here for New Zealand, but the thing that might save Kazakhstan is halftime. Just 45 seconds away.
You wonder if fitness is going to be an issue here for Kazakhstan, Jeff. You know, are they coming in a little out of shape, maybe? You know, they've played many games coming in. You know full well New Zealand will be tip-top shape.
Yep. See Pero Cameron is to the right. His son's now involved in the New Zealand basketball program, coming up through the ranks, the under-19s this year. Here's Kazakhstan taking the timeout, trying to stabilize things here and not let things get out of hand before the break.
Skripec there, Jeff, the head coach Edward Skripec. He coaches at the Bansiet Natural club in Kazakhstan. He coaches maybe 4 or 5 of his team. They all play club ball, Division 1 in Kazakhstan. About 2 or 3 that play on the VTB club in Astana, which is big time, but not many of them. And it's mainly that will be the next step for this Kazakhstan team, is getting more players into the big leagues in Europe, as the VTB league being the prime league. But I know over the years the Kazakhstan professional league's got better and better, for sure.
So, final minute of the first half. Kazakhstan, they get a good look, and coming right out of the timeout, that's exactly what you would expect. A little jump shot there from Yagaliev.
Yeah, that was a nice move. I like that. You know, he set his man up. I always like guards that can go 1, 2 dribbles into a lane and pull up for a jump shot, because you're showing you're under control. You got a nice little touch on your J. Pretty good move there from Yagaliev. Now in that huddle over there, Jeff, Coach Skripec not letting his team sit down. 2 players have got their hands on their knees. I would imagine they're going to get through fairly major minutes in this game, these top players for Kazakhstan: Yagaliev, Ponomarev, Yevstigenev.
And New Zealand really going with what, about an 8-man rotation. We've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players actually.
I can imagine that you've got a replacement for every one of your starting 5, and then you've got that extra minutes and that extra player just to hand around your better players, perhaps.
We haven't seen Luke Aston yet, 27-year-old, or Isaac Matoa, the 19-year-old who played at the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup. Here's Illy, and New Zealand get into flow, back outside to Illy. This is classic Tall Blacks. And then White got the rebound and put it up. I think maybe the coach wanted to pull it back out. And Kazakhstan ended up with a potential last shot of the half. So remember, the Tall Blacks were up by 9, and Elin draws the foul. 5.2 seconds remaining.
It was against Hunter, I think. Just didn't move his feet, did he?
Okay, Hunter, excuse me.
Just turned the corner there. Well, luckily for New Zealand, I don't think they're in the bonus yet. Oh, there is 2 shots, yeah. 2 shots for Elin.
So know what you call good execution here at the end of the first half for New Zealand, but they might just get away without giving up anything, judging from that release.
You have to work hard to get this one in after that first one, I tell you.
You better be boxing out if you're the Tall Blacks. Look at that. And Yevstigenev was complaining. Now the last-second shot, Illy gets it up, and they're going to count it. And they are wiping away, but you know what? They can review it.
That looked good, Jeff.
I think they will review it.
That looked good.
But they should review it, actually. So let's.
Is there a rule you can review that?
I think so. At the end of games, you have the capacity to go and review it. So I'm wondering why they haven't. And Nenad Vuljanic and that whole entire coaching staff look as if they are certain that, here it is, watch this. Oh, not convinced. It was close. The only problem was the referee ran right in front of us, right at the crucial time. It was definitely close. So at halftime, right now anyway, it's 29-22, New Zealand on top of Kazakhstan. Well, New Zealand in front by 7, and you can see the threes aren't really falling for either team. But a big difference in this game is New Zealand, when they get to the free throw line, they're having more success.
And I think the turnovers, when you see them, will be responsible because the shoot percentages favor Kazakhstan, but 15-8, that's a huge difference, and 15.5 for any team. 15 in a game for most coaches is too many, but 15 at halftime is going to be like, I wouldn't want to be in that halftime talk with Edouard Skripec giving the hair-dry treatment to his players.
Well, we'll be right back, folks. It's 29-22, New Zealand on top at halftime. Well, 29-22, New Zealand on top of Kazakhstan, and it's a strange game, Mick. It's the first game of the FIBA Asian Cup. In one sense, you think New Zealand perhaps fortunate that Kazakhstan aren't closer or perhaps even ahead, because they were their own worst enemy, especially with all those turnovers. But on the other hand, New Zealand perhaps a little bit aggrieved that their lead isn't bigger. I mean, they could have been up by 15 points. Really.
Yeah, I think it makes a good point, Jeff. But you know what worries me for New Zealand, every now and again, Kazakhstan come up with some great basketball plays. And that shows the experience that this team has. So New Zealand have to make sure that, like you say, that these turnovers are capitalized upon, if want a better word. You know, they've got to really go after these Kazakh team every time they turnover. Now, will they come up with 14 turnovers in the second half? I don't think so. I think they're going to tighten the ship up. They'll be a little more focused now. It's the first 20 minutes of the tournament over and done with. The nerves are done. So maybe the popular Kazakhstan coming right back into this.
This is the key. Are these people happy? I think so. We're here. It's summertime in Beirut, and there's Nenad Muniz. Look at that. Maybe he's got the itch. But he coached New Zealand for a while, and ended up after the 2014 FIBA Basketball World Cup saying, nope, that's it, I'm done. No mas. No mas. But he had replaced Tab Baldwin, and now I think very capable of that.
Great next player at the time. You must have seen a lot of him play more than I have, that's for sure. But they're one of the few players that is number retired of the New Zealand Federation, 32.
You were just a man of so much knowledge, wisdom.
Try and stay ahead, Jeff, of you. Because you're always trumpeting me as very info, that's for sure. First half we started with a little handoff offense for the Tall Blacks, and proved quite a successful trip. I wonder where they'll go this time. Finn Delaney was attacking the hoop straight away.
How about that? What was the best dunk of the half? Was it neckties?
Yes, or maybe Smith Milner, perhaps.
Yeah, they were both pretty good. So second half action underway. Necktie back in the game, number 20, Ili. Tarangi, here's Ili's going to explode to the basket. Oh, he got an unsportsmanlike foul. Now, are they going to count the basket? This is a potential 7-point trip down the floor, folks. They count the basket, that's 2, so they'll get. They'll just get one free throw.
Yeah, but you get possession 2, I think, as well. Look,
it could be a 6-point.
It's a tough one on Ponomarev there. He's obviously fouled. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, it's a bit rough, really. I know that the New Zealanders are down under jumping for joy. The long white cloud. Nope. He misses the free throw.
Not sure what Yagodny was doing. He thought he was in a zone, or he was the root of all the evil there in terms of defensive mistakes. Number 2 for Kazakhstan.
Well, over to Delaney, and from the right, he was short, and New Zealand don't come away with nearly as many points as they might have. Just 2.
Timmins flapping at the ball. He's got to go and get that in, bring it in. Big long arms, big hands.
Well, that was an interesting choice.
Tell me, no, he's got a foul.
A three-point attempt. Necktie has fouled him. I mean,
Hanari looking.
It's a strange old game right now, Mick.
Where is Coach Hanari? He's buried himself in that bench on that foul, and that was
look at that,
miles away.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he got just a little too close there.
Does he shoot 4 free throws? He was so far away here. Just incredible. You know, you'll pay back the Necktie while missing a couple of free throws here on his way. Closer, Jeff, though. Rich to get here.
Yeah. the right guy, actually.
He's put himself 1 foot behind the free throw line. It's a 16-foot free throw here. Oh, it's just correcting. Well done.
So, again, there's an opportunity for Kazakhstan, and they haven't taken advantage. Not fully, anyway. Oh, beautiful pass back, but I think the traveling on Timmons,
You know,
it looked a bit awkward.
It did, but you're the big fella coming in. You know full well you've got to get your footwork right. You've got a layup right in front of you. Great foul from Delaney. Hopefully it won't come back to haunt him in terms of team fouls in this half and personal fouls for him.
Good hands.
Now they got to score here, Jeff.
Illy explodes. He says, "You're not going to catch me," and he goes in and lays it up off the glass. He had put on the jets.
Yeah, I tell you, he is a turn of pace that his players would love to have, that's for sure.
And now,
got to attack it.
Just
got to make the most of this turnover.
Absolutely, and they and Illy's pass not read by Tarangi, and now that was a travel. Where was he going? He thought his man was going to be behind him, following him into the lane.
Yeah, but Illy's pass to Tarangi go the other end, Jeff. And why on earth is Tarangi running the lane if he doesn't want the ball in his hands? Everybody's got to want the ball at every opportunity. And Illy just thread the pass through. Perfect pass. Zone for Kazakhstan. They're facing a bit of a mountain right now, I think.
Well, nice pass to Tarangi, and Delaney gets the rebound. No real effort there from the Kazakhs. Delaney steps behind the arc and hits the three.
Nice pass from Timmons in that low post zone. Didn't overdo himself, just dumped it back to the high post. Now there's problems for Kazakhstan here.
And just with the shot clock winding down, Ponomarev just kind of chucks it up there, underhanded, one hand. And now from the corner, and necktie. Well, you know what? We were talking about him. He needs to keep taking that shot. He does this time, and he makes it. And New Zealand, all of a sudden, are off to the races. They're up by 16.
And timeout as well for Kazakhstan. They have seen enough. And Jeff, it's gone from 10 to 16. 2 shots back to back in the space of 30 seconds. Interspersed with a heave-ho from Ponomarev. New Zealand now just need to keep up the pressure because Kazakhstan don't really seem to be very cohesive. They're all 6s and 7s all over the place. Don't have much offensively. Just keep the defensive pressure up.
Hey, let's not worry about it. Hey, we put ourselves in a good position to really tighten the screws right here. So what that means, we stay with the defensive pressure, discipline defensive pressure, make them work for everything, make them throw up those shots, and then we run it back down at them.
You predicted it at the beginning, and then as we watched it, it almost was as if Kazakhstan were running more things that they wanted to run. But what could a win, what appears to be a Kazakhstan team that's struggling a little bit, what could a good win, or what would a win, a decisive win, mean for New Zealand? And would they build confidence from that? Is that?
Well, don't forget, Jeff, it's the bottom team of each group that drops out, isn't it? Plays no further part in the tournament, doesn't go into the knockout stage.
So Kazakhstan would be reeling after this loss.
Absolutely, because although there are teams to play, there's Lebanon left in the group, and is it Korea, the other team? You have to fancy that these two teams, another turnover,
almost. Zealand gets it back.
Wins are so valuable, aren't they, in a 4-team group?
Oh, Zealand puts it up, hits the jumper.
And getting that first win is almost sometimes the most difficult thing to do.
Good rebound. Nope, they're going to say the push-off. No, it's going to be the foul on Kazakhstan.
Jeff, they didn't have a clue what defense they're in the back of that. There's supposed to be a zone, I think, at the back, but the pass to Nagtai in the corner, nobody picked him up, nobody challenged him. Man-to-man now.
That's his first. And almost a turnover there. Ili gets it to Nagtai. And Ili chases it down. Shot clock winding down. He'll probably take this. No, he gets it back to Delaney. Double dribble.
I'm not sure that is a double dribble. It might have been a travel, but.
So look at the turnover count, 18-11, Kazakhstan. And what's worrying is that New Zealand looks like they've got the bit between the teeth now, if you're Kazakhstan. And Delaney's pass, the ball goes off of Nagtai, out of bounds.
Jeff, interesting, the whole school of thought these days that anybody can bring the ball up the floor and anybody can make decisions now. That's the modern game, but you know, there is the way of thinking. Just get the ball to one of your guards and let them bring it up. Let them be the playmakers. Delaney was the one that felt they're throwing the ball away.
Spin. And note, and another rebound for the Tall Blacks. So Yevgeniev, I mean, had his look.
Wasn't a bad move, was it? Just no finish at all. That's how you do it.
He just spins, goes up. It's like a layup drill for New Zealand. What's happened to Kazakhstan?
Ilin gave up. Ilin's saying to the referee, I've got hooked. Let's see what happens. Look for the right hand of. No way. He gave up some.
Back outside to Ilin, and now Zagulin misses the long jump shot, but the foul called on New Zealand.
Sharangi's got a foul here. In terms of two players going for the same ball at the same time, he doesn't quite get there first. He gets the foul. The 0 for New Zealand. He's going to come out too. Rusbach comes in, I think, 25. Yeah.
So Ethan Rusbach. And New Zealand in a 2-3 zone. Jump shot is good. Zagulin
played well off the bench both halves, isn't he? Come in and just ignited this team, put some points on the board, importantly.
Absolutely, 9 points for him. Just about keeps him within touch here of New Zealand. Morikawa, his pass gets away from Timmins. It's a tough pass for Timmins to have to catch.
You know, and it's plays like that Hanari would be really upset with the lead they've got.
3-point attempt for Kazakhstan, and it's good. I wouldn't be surprised to get a timeout here.
That's what I said in the first half, Jeff. Half done. They come up with plays, don't they, Kazakhstan, that are good plays and keep themselves in that game. In the game, 16 now to back to 10.
Well, that was Mirzagliev, and he really was downtown, wasn't he? Rusbach off the rim. Timmins bats it out, and the ball is hauled in by Marchuk, number 25.
There's a definite change when they have to go to the bench a little bit here in New Zealand.
Well, Mirzagliev misses this one. And Nagtai gets it. Throws it in. A little bit lackadaisical here by New Zealand, but Timmins has it and travels. Soft release that time, but
out of control.
Steps, yep.
Out of control, Jeff. At one point, he was looking to scoop the ball in one hand and keep it away from the defender, and just out of control. Got to pull up for a little jump shot.
Pass up ahead. Mirzagliev drives in. It's an 8-point lead, and finally the timeout. They have it's not that they haven't slammed the door shut in New Zealand. It's almost as if they've opened the door for Kazakhstan to come back. Look at this.
And you know what, Jeff? That's a 2-on-2 against the press. At some point, you say, well, listen, we need to take the press off. Just play hard-nosed, half-court defense. Let Kazakhstan make the mistakes, and then we'll get back that lead again. But it's 8 points now, as you said. It's game on.
So New Zealand called the timeout. It smells like somebody burned the popcorn around here. What is that?
We're good. Let's go.
Burnt popcorn. Palomitas. I want some. If it's not burned. Illy,
we got fat chance of getting any food from up here, Jeff, I'm telling you.
You got easy shit every single time.
Anywhere.
Stay away from him for a while. Sammy,
and
see the punch screen. Let this guy work. All right?
I suppose in a way, the way New Zealand have approached it, the last, what would you say, couple minutes, a few minutes, it's a sign of inexperience.
Well, you went to the bench, didn't you? The starting five, got the 16-point lead. Nagtai sits down, Illy sits down, and then you go to the bench. And Kazakhstan, I said before, they're an all-pro team, so they come up with all-pro plays now and again, and a couple of threes for them. And they've got a sniff of getting back in this game before the end of this third period. So they have to, big concentration, 3 minutes for New Zealand here.
Smith-Milner is coming in to inbound it. Raukawa. Russ Batch is still in there. Illy and White. Raukawa drifts in. Boy, he looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah, likes that little runner, doesn't he? It's a tough move to execute because you're jumping to the hoop and you got to get everything just about right. But well executed. Raukawa's played well today.
Double digits. And oh, the nice little flick for Kazakhstan.
It's one of the Marchuk brothers, isn't it? Maxim Marchuk, 25.
Raukawa, I think maybe he has.
Yeah, he's got 9.
Raukawa, sorry, 9 points, almost in double digits. Ball off of Kazakhstan goes over. Tallbacks will maintain possession.
You can definitely smell your burnt popcorn.
Yeah, it's not very nice, is it? I hope that's what it is. Okay, so the pass inside to White. Oh, he gets it to go in. It just rolls on the rim, and the big fella.
James Hunter, yeah, like that. Nice move. Just gets a bit more from out of Hunter than you do from Timmins in terms of security. I think takes the ball to that hoop strong.
And the jumper off target, and then the Tarangi commits the foul on the offensive rebound.
Ponomarev just has 3 points. That 3-pointer in the first half, end of the first quarter, I think it was. That's all he's got to show for his performance so far.
Nagtai's going to come back in for Tarangi.
It's a good move, I think, from Coach Paul Minari. Just get Nagtai back in. He's settled down into his rhythm.
He is coming up high. Smith-Milner playing a little D out of the perimeter. Ponomarev on the baseline, and he heard you talking. He said, I'm going to shut that man up. That baseline jumper.
Dangerous play, I'm telling you, dangerous play on Ponomarev.
Illy over to Nagtai, and that three-pointer takes the lead back up to 11.
I think he's in double figures now, Jordan Nagtai, with his array of 3-pointers. Is that 2 3-pointers he's hit?
And now the interception by Raukawa. Ponomarev with the turnover, 3-on-2 break. Raukawa gets in, hands it off. And a little bit of hang time there from Smith-Milner, but didn't convert. He needs to go up strong with that one. Raukawa hands it off, and White says, I'll take it. And like you said, he's impressive going to the rim.
Yeah, and you know what? This combination they got on the floor of Illy and Raukawa is the best 1-2 guard combo they've got. Very quick, knowledgeable, love to share the ball.
Offensive fouls. And that's going to be on Zagulen. Look at the points in the paint there. New Zealand 26-18 for Kazakhstan. And do you think a light bulb might be going off inside the head of Paul Henare just along those lines in terms of having his two playmakers out there at the same time?
Interesting. We'll have to ask him that question tonight because
they both
maybe
put the ball in
it.
the basket, don't they?
Yeah. Maybe he's saving it. I think all teams play well with a good 1-2 guards. There's no doubt about it.
Here's Illy. Back to Rakau. Look at him. Floats in, puts it on. And it goes in. They're getting a lot of love from the rim. A couple of times now.
3 players in double figures now for New Zealand. Illy and Rakawa, both the guards, have got to pass the 10-point mark for the All Blacks.
Marchuk dribbling around up top, gets it back. Regali, and he is swatted, and the ball goes back over to Raukawa, and he just says, "You're not going to catch me," and he puts it up and in. And the lead going back to 16, 17 points now, right at the end of the third quarter. So New Zealand able to turn it up a notch. And not surprisingly, Paul Henare's extremely happy over on the bench.
Well, you know what?
54-37.
The introduction of the 2 guards. Yeah, the introduction of 2 guards, Jeff, I think it's crucial for New Zealand. I don't think we've seen much at the first. I didn't remember it. And all kudos to Henare for putting those 2 combos together.
So New Zealand's starting to heat up just a little bit more. We've seen Kazakhstan hit those couple of threes that helped them get back to within 8 points. But 16-30 inside the arc for New Zealand. And a lot of turnover issues continue to plague Kazakhstan.
Jeff, 36 shots of Kazakhstan have taken in the game, 49 for New Zealand. And that's a result of the turnovers that Kazakhstan have not turned into shots. So you're talking, you're going to play a game where you're going to shoot 13 less shots than your opposition. You've got to shoot much better than 50% if you give yourself a chance of winning. You see the replays there of Illy's 2 to the hoop. These 2 at guard have been very, very good. Jordan Nagtai there with a couple of threes the third period. The Kazakhstan team on the floor already. They've didn't take much talking to, that's for sure.
Step back jumper from Ilin. And that was the unsportsmanlike that we were wondering about. Yeah, I think it's, you know, New Zealand, this is an exciting, potentially a very exciting team, and definitely exciting when these 2 guys are on the floor together, Raukawa and Illy. Drive and the foul. So if they're going to mount a comeback, you know, they'd like to get it going now, sooner rather than later. Kazakhstan.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much, does it? You know, you think third quarter when they were down 16, a couple of threes, and then followed by a 2 quick. All of a sudden, Henare's calling timeout because his team's reeling a little bit. They're going to make free throws here. Mutsagaliev, number 6 here, with the second free throw to come. This arena will be packed later on tonight for the 4th game in action. Lebanon go head-to-head with Korea. Be an interesting matchup.
Illy this time puts it up and just knocks it in.
Yeah, he's just got better and better, I think, Shea Illy. We knew he had some class coming in, but nervy first quarter.
And the veteran has it. He turns on the baseline. Ponomarev misses, and now Ili avoids the fouls. Note they call one right at the line. New Zealand appealing for another sportsmanlike, but
there was 3 attempts to foul him, I think.
Yeah, they just didn't call it.
Just a bit too slow as well. There it is.
He definitely wasn't playing the ball.
No, that's a good point.
It's one of those strange ones, really. Yeah, I personally hate it.
Well, the benefit is, Josh,
stop the fast break.
The benefit is, Jeff, it doesn't go on for the whole quarter, because as soon as you reach the bonus, it doesn't happen. So it just gets the team one step closer to the bonus, which is never good.
And a foul by White as he tries to keep Yevstegniev. Excuse me, by Hunter as he tries to keep him away.
It's funny because Yevstegniev was fairly ominous the first quarter, wasn't he? Low post, getting involved, throwing his body around, just being a silent partner out there for his Kazakh teammates since.
And now up ahead to Ili.
Zone for Kazakhstan. They're all this way down. They're going to sit back in a zone. Oh, but giving up, you think.
And the jump shot from Raukawa, no good.
And they're just jogging up the floor, Jeff. No speed in the game at all. Difficult to believe that Anton Ponomarev was at 19. I think he was 17 points a game in the FIBA Asia Championships. Now only 28. Seems to have lost a lot of speed.
Nice stroke from Raukawa once again.
Yevstegniev holds up his hand. He wants a break. He's a little exhausted out there.
The Tide reaches in and commits the foul.
Three subs in for the Tall Blacks, so 4 now. Bench clearing going on. Aston's going to come in, which is good to see him for the first time. Luke Aston, is it?
Well, I think, in fact, we're going to see.
Oh, sorry,
the youngster,
Latoa.
Yeah,
yep.
Isaac Latoa, the point guard, played at the under-19s. And Zagulin misses again. And now the pass, and Zagulin goes up for the rim rocker, but has the ball knocked out of his hands. Although Latoa says it just slipped out of his hands.
Was aimed for a spectacular dunk, wasn't he? He was flying in there, Zagulin.
And Zagulin misses the first one.
He's going to be the first player in double figures for Kazakhstan, which is not, with 7 minutes to go in the game, is not great.
So I wonder how, the overall thinking with New Zealand ahead of the World Cup qualifiers. Obviously, Timmins will go back to Washington. He won't be available for the first couple of windows. Certainly not for the November window. And Raukawa gets in the lane. It's going to be short.
I'm not sure how many players they have in Europe, Jeff. You might know more than me. Abercrombie, does he play in Europe? I think he does, doesn't he?
Well, he plays in down under, but a lot of the guys from down under then finish up by going to Europe. But yeah, you've got Corey Webster, Jared Kinney, Mika Vakona.
Ty Webster's out now, isn't he? So he'll be somewhere.
Yeah, he's. I know he was trying to make it in the NBA.
They got a lot of good players around, but like you said, who's going to be available from those qualifiers? It'd be interesting to see. A lot of countries are going to be in the same situation.
Rob Lowe, Isaac Fotu, obviously. Fotu's been in Spain now. He's just signed to play in Germany.
So
how many of those guys will make that long trip back for those windows? And you begin to understand why New Zealand have taken this approach. So you could see a fair amount of these guys though. They end up playing in the World Cup qualifiers for New Zealand, which will start in November. So anyway, back to this tournament, the Asia Cup, and nice stroke that time by Finn Delaney.
Yeah, they're just 40 rolling through the numbers. I think that New Zealand will come out this game.
Nice reach and steal. Tarangi hands it off to Raukau and says, "Don't mind if I do."
As I say, New Zealand's going to come out this game with a good workout. There's no doubt about it. They're a class above this Kazakh team, and we've still got 6 minutes to play here. So it's going to be tough coming back from this one.
Bugali. And the bank shot is good from Bazin.
Nice work from Yagaliev there. Kept the dribble alive. He's a sprightly little player.
Vazkin gets his first couple of points. Tarangi. Oh, that was an alley-oop pass. And I'm wondering if Hanari is going to be upset with that. Maybe just come down a little less showtime.
Timmins had a couple of good looks, didn't he? Both one-handed, mind you. Okay, well, I think we get this foul just a little too close.
Luke Aston's going to come in, by the way.
So we get the full complement in the game now, Jeff, I think.
See if we hear a chance of Luke Aston. I heard a couple there. And Raukau goes out. So now it's going to be the Aston show with Mr. Latoa in the backcourt. Tarangi as well. Finn Delaney. Santina's still out there. Chases it down.
Tarangi went up, didn't he? Woke up a few people out in the crowd, a small crowd that's here.
Block shots, 2 apiece. Nice move from Tarangi, and another block. He's going to hear about it from the teammates. And here it is again. Watch this. That was a nice swat there by Mr. Zagula. He's on the old SWAT team for that one.
The best little one-on-one 10 seconds, I think, for the whole game, really. Tarangi going up twice.
Zagulin drives in, and Timmins reaches in, knocks the ball off of Zagulin's legs.
That might be justice for the time before. There's the other second block there as Tarangi goes in. Got some ups on him, Tarangi, though, Jeff.
Do you think he's going to go at him again? I think he might. Third time lucky, perhaps. If at first you don't succeed, try again. There's Delaney. Latoa over to Aston. And Kazakhstan come back with it.
It's a tip from Timmins again. I'm not sure whether he tipped it or just couldn't control it, but
I think Timmins is going to end up being a real beast for New Zealand.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not the finished article yet, not by a long stretch, but oozes with potential. So the foul called down low, and New Zealand. So just looking at these two teams, next up for New Zealand, that's going to be a humdinger, isn't it? They will play the Cedars. They will play the home team, Lebanon. And that is going to be a fiery game. Here's Aston, and Aston Misses, but hustles back, gets a hand on the pass. So Latoa brings it back for New Zealand.
Kazakhstan will get the Koreans, won't they? And that'll be must win for them. You cannot go 0-2 into the final game against Lebanon, that's for sure.
Nice little mazy run there by Latoa. Now Delaney. Ball goes back over to the Tall Blacks. So just a pretty, I suppose in the end, comfortable win for New Zealand, unless we see something amazing happen here in the last few minutes. And it didn't seem like it was going to be that way in the first half, did it?
Well, 26 turnovers now for Kazakhstan has been the story, hasn't it? 14 at the break. We said if they have another 14, they got no chance of getting this back in this game, and they're going to be right on course for it.
See the shooting percentages. New Zealand at 47%, Kazakhstan at 48, but a lot more makes for New Zealand.
Yeah, and the number of shots is different, isn't it? It's been a complete. New Zealand have done really well, I think, to just make sure they do enough to capitalize on those mistakes. Foul there from Yagodnik. Number 2 for Kazakhstan. It's his second foul. So 44 points in the game, Jeff, at this stage, 38 minutes gone. You know, Kazakhstan will be looking to, they need a win against Korea. That'll be a must-win game, you think, because if Korea lose tonight against Lebanon, which they're expected to do, that will be both teams with 0 wins going head-to-head.
And for Lebanon tonight, we'll see the face of Ramunas Butatis, former Lithuanian coach, now in charge of them. So he's got a little bit of pressure on his shoulders, a little bit of weight, the burden of expectations. There's Tarangi dribbling around up top. Delaney for 3. Good. And Delaney now takes his tally up. So he's going to finish in double digits. Raukala has the team high 17. Illy with the 13.
Delaney's 13 too. A second 3 for him.
And Natai has 10. And a 3-pointer is good from Savchenko. And that's not happened enough for this Kazakhstan team. See the 3-point shooting for both teams. And Delaney just puts it up easily. He says, you know what, I'm going to make a run at the leading score of the game here, see if I can get it.
Defense all over the place. No help at all with that pick and roll. I think they're just looking for the end of this game pretty quickly.
Raukala says, put me back out there. And now the pass. And Latoa cuts in there. Nice pass from Latoa. And the dunk from Ruben Tarangi.
I'd say Latoa just a vision to know that that was going to be wide open. He took his time. He was ambling up the court. This little soft bounce pass for his teammate.
Well, the pass inside, and the big fella who has had some interesting moments today, Yevstigniev, makes it. So that's 5 points for him.
Interesting how Kazakhstan now look a little bit more fluid against this second 5 for New Zealand.
Ethan Ruspich now comes back into the game for Tarangi. That was misread. It looked like he was throwing up an alley-oop pass.
It was. It ended up turning, and Kazakhstan couldn't pick the ball up.
Delaney again. Front and back of the rim, stays out. You used to be a gun, didn't you? So there's a little bit of pride for being the game, for having the game high, isn't there?
Oh yeah,
these players don't care. Do they? Oh, you think they care?
Oh, totally care. Top scoring for your country? Oh yeah. So it's a feather in your cap. You might keep quiet about it. You don't boast about it. But oh yeah.
You mark it down.
Yeah.
So Delaney says, one more chance here. Just give me the ball. And they're just going to dribble it out. So they go and shake hands. The coaches, the players, and I guess impressive from New Zealand there from, what, the last 24 minutes or so. I mean, they were able to turn it up a notch. They win it 70-49 over Kazakhstan. Well, Mick, I think it's pretty simple. It was the haka. They threw him out of step. Kazakhstan.
Never seen it before.
Well, they were certainly looking as if they hadn't seen it before. So they start 0-1 New Zealand with, you wouldn't call it an experimental side. You would just call it a young team and full of players that are going to be a part of this national team program henceforth from now on. They might not make every team, but every win is priceless for these guys. You better believe it. There you see the shooting stats: 21-42 for New Zealand, 13-26 for Kazakhstan. 3-pointers and the free throws. You know, as you look at the rebounding, and obviously you'll see a high number of turnovers there for Kazakhstan, 27. That is just, it makes me uncomfortable. I almost have to excuse myself. What do you do with New Zealand? If you're looking to dissect your performance, Rakawa there had the 17 to lead all scores. Do you say we need to come back out and not allow the opponent to shoot 50%? Maybe that's an area where you want to improve.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point, Jeff, because Kazakhstan shoot 50% and they only score 49 points. You know, they were the victims of their own. I mean, they created their own misery, really. Tomorrow night, or 2 nights tonight, they'll play Lebanon. It'll be a much different task for them. Those young guns for New Zealand will find out exactly what the qualification stage is going to be like, playing in somebody else's arena with a lot of noise. It's going to be a very good test for them. For Kazakhstan, they'll play Korea, and that will be an interesting game in terms of who is the one that drops out of this group of 4.
What do you do if you are Paul Hanari? Do you go back? Obviously, you'll have some lunch, and then will you go watch the tape and say, listen, guys, this is good, but why are you doing this? Do you even look at this tape?
Yeah, you got to, Jeff. You've got to look at the most recent performance, haven't you? This is it. There'll be plenty of things they can look at and say, listen, this was wrong. Take the press, the 2-2-1 press, they came out in the press. So that's something they value. You're going to go back and say, okay, where did we go wrong? Where can we improve things? Offensively, was it as smooth as they wanted to be? You know, Nari's the only one that knows his offense is inside out, as well as the players, but he'll want to fine-tune everything. The Kazakh defense was poor tonight, there's no doubt about it. He will learn very little in terms of the successes, but where his team went wrong, that's where you'll probably want to concentrate. What
about Lebanon? Having watched this New Zealand game, are they going to be concerned going into that one?
You're always concerned, Jeff, aren't you? But I think for the home team, we've found that many times. You've seen basketball a long time. When you've got the home court advantage, you've got the home fans behind you, it gives you a real big buzz. And I always say 3rd, 4th quarter for the home team, you've got to have a 10-point lead going into the last 5 minutes. You want to beat a team on the road in these competitions.
So for New Zealand, it's been a very interesting summer for them of basketball, going with youth, going with promise, and doing so because they have to. They know they've got to deepen the pool of players they can select, and a very positive first sign for them here at the FIBA Asia Cup is they get a win over Kazakhstan. Rest assured, the games are going to get a lot harder for the Tall Blacks, but it's always better to win, and they've done so here on opening day in Beirut. So as you look at the closing highlights, one last time, it's New Zealand winning it 70-49 over Kazakhstan here in Beirut on the opening day of the FIBA Asia Cup. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, more action coming your way today, including those boys from down under, Australia. Next up lots more to come over the next couple of weeks here from the FIBA Asia Cup. Thanks for watching, everybody.